Hi guys, welcome to lesson 1.5. So we've been working a lot and I wanted to say I am so excited because most of you are doing so well looking over your quiz scores. A lot of you did really well. A lot of you have a few things to work on, but that's okay. The reason why we do the quiz so early is so I know what we need to review. And so that's a good thing is now I know what we need to hit again and review. So today, our lesson is going to be kind of fun because it's kind of like an experiment at the same time as me teaching a lesson. So we talked about area and how area is a flat piece of paper. That's an area. So today, we're going to do something. Lesson 1.5 is all about comparing volume. So I took a regular piece of paper. I took this and I cut it in half. So each half is the exact same size, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cylinder. So a cylinder is basically like a can, think of a soup can. That's a cylinder. So when I make a cylinder, I'm going to take my little piece of paper and I'm going to fold it. And I'm going to do one hamburger style, hot dog style is how I call it. So I'm going to do one this way. And so my little cylinder is going to be, this one's going to be kind of short. And you'll see what it looks like when I'm done. And I was going to do this beforehand, but I wanted you guys to kind of see my process because you can do this experiment at home and see your thought process too. Okay. So this is my cylinder for this one. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to sit that right there. So you can see that's a cylinder. Now, so last time I folded it this way, this time I'm going to fold it this way. I want you to make a prediction. So number one, if you're looking at your math workbook, number one right here says, create cylinders from half sheets of paper. What could you measure in these cylinders? Do you think I could pour water in them and measure water? No. Do you think I could measure spaghetti? Maybe. Do you think maybe I could measure candy? There's a hint. Do you think I could measure sand or beans? I think there's a lot of things that we could measure. So now I want to show you these two cylinders. Number two, which cylinder do you think has a greater volume? So I'm showing you this way so you can see. Okay, this one is a lot wider. This one is a lot taller. So I'm going to also show it on the screen so you can see in reference. Hold on. I can see you. I know I'm silly. This one is a lot wider, but it's kind of short. This one's a lot taller, but it's kind of skinny. So which one do you think will hold more volume? So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video right now and I want you to write in number two. Which cylinder do you think has a more volume and explain your answer? So which one do you think is more and explain your answer? I want you to hit that pause button. And I want you to write your answer. All right, you should have written your answer by now. If you think that it was cylinder A, that's what you're going to write on the next slide. And if you think it's cylinder B, make sure that you write that. You need to tell me why you think that, okay? Now, it's just a prediction. So if you said it was one and you were wrong, say you said it was this one and you were wrong, or you said it was this one and you were wrong, it's okay. A prediction is okay because it doesn't have to be perfect. It's called a prediction or an estimate for a reason. It's a guess, and that's okay. We make guesses all of the time in math and honestly in everything that we do. We make estimates all of the time. If you go to a football game, Colts, or a baseball game with the Indians, sometimes at the end of the game or close to the end, they'll say, and today we had a record attendance of 55,000 fans. Are they counting every single person? Probably not. But they're going to take an estimate. They're going to say, well, about 20,000 came in this gate and about 10,000 came in this gate, and they're going to add them together and figure out how many. It's an estimate. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? So you have your prediction. Now we're going to test it. So I'm going to test it for you, and I'm going to test it with my short one first. I told you. You can measure anything in it, right? So I'm a huge bubblegum fan. I love bubblegum. And I like the bubblegum that you can blow bubbles with. The other bubblegum, you got to be able to blow bubbles. So I'm going to take some bubble gum, and we're going to count as we put them in here. And let's count until it's full. 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're about halfway there. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. And that's pretty flat on the end. I'll put one more. 36. 36. So there are 36 pieces of gum in this container. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little pencil or my pen, and right here on volume A, I'm going to write 36 because I fit 36 pieces of gum. If you're doing this at home and you use something else, great. That's fine. Write that answer on there, but make sure you save it so you remember, okay? Time for the tall one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, we'll say 22. Yeah, 23 is too much. 22. 22. So again, on my little paper, I'm going to write 22. So let's talk about this. Were we right? Which cylinder has a greater volume, and explain your answer. So this is where you're going to use your words. So cylinder, and I can use this to help me if I don't know how to spell the word cylinder. And I'm going to move this down so you guys can really see me writing and double check that you're spelling things and writing things the same way. Cylinder A has a greater volume. Notice I used some of the same words in the sentence, and that's okay. When you're answering math questions, you restate the question. That's an easy way to do it. It helps you. And you already know how to spell some of these words because it's in your question. Let that help you too. So cylinder A has a greater volume. It held 36 pieces of gum, but cylinder B held 22 pieces. Done. That's how we figured it out. You don't need to put anything else. That's enough. All right, number 4. Think about all the attributes that you listed for problem 1. So for problem 1, we were supposed to name, wait, hang on just a second. Oh, it doesn't say what can you measure in it. It says what parts can you measure. Oh, got it. See, teachers make mistakes too, and that's okay. So if I wanted to take my ruler and measure this, what are the things I could measure? Could I measure how tall it is? Could I measure how wide it is if I go straight across? If I went straight across like that? Absolutely. So we can measure the height. We could measure the length. What else could we measure? It's a circle. Can we measure how big it is around? If we measure what it is around, that is called the circumference. Circumference. Circumference goes around. If you want to measure straight across, that's called the diameter. Those are fancy math words that you learn sometimes, but sometimes forget, and that's okay. So you can measure circumference and diameter. So think about those attributes. How are these two cylinders different? So now you're going to use those attributes in words. So you could say cylinder B, because this is cylinder B and this is cylinder A. That looks like a weird A, so we're going to go over here. Cylinder B and cylinder A. So if I'm going to measure these two things and I look at them, now I can describe them. So cylinder B is taller, right? Cylinder A is wider. True. How are they the same? How are they the same? They're both round. They both have a diameter and a circumference, right? They both hold things. But more importantly, they both are made from the same size paper. Remember, I took one little half sheet of paper and I folded it both ways. They were the same exact size when I started, and now they're different. Awesome. So when you're measuring volume, the things that you need to worry about when you're comparing it is making sure you use those attributes, making sure you look at the characteristics, and that's going to help you. Today, you're going to do math boxes. That is the end of our lesson. Now, I left a video, and on my video last week I sent to everybody, I told you guys I was going to start having a special keyword or a special phrase that you need to learn. Today, your special keyword or special phrase is going to be included for number 5. So what's going to happen is I'm going to help you with number 5, and I will be able to tell if you watched the whole video, because if you did, then you can copy word for word what I'm going to write. And if you didn't watch the video, I'm going to know. All right, number 2. Remember, you're going to do parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. And I'm going to link my video for you guys today, the one that I made about using PEMDAS, using the orders of operations. Number 2, write 3 objects that have the attribute of volume. This does not mean the television volume. It doesn't mean to turn the TV up. Nope, it means volume means it can hold something. So a cylinder has volume. My container here, it holds something. It has volume. My cup has volume. Coffee cup times 7 has volume. All of these things, if it can hold something, it has volume. So list 3 things that can hold something. Coffee cup, bucket, can, sink, dishwasher, cube. A cube has volume. You can measure volume with a cube. So you can measure volume with any 3-dimensional object. Any 3-dimensional object. My little charger cube here, it has a length, a width, and a height. So I can measure volume. Absolutely. So anything that is 3-dimensional, you can put literally any 3 things here, as long as it's not flat. As long as it's not a blank piece of paper. Okay? This one is going to be a little bit tricky, so I'm going to help you with it again. I showed you to do repeated addition, and that will help you. Okay? I'm going to show you another way with this one right now. I know that we have our quiz, and this is a little bit of extra practice, and you know that I'm a picture person. I'm a huge picture person. So my denominator is 1/2. That means how many halves make a whole? You should know that 2 halves make a whole. So I'm going to circle that set of 2. that set of 2, and that set of 2, because guess what? Those are all wholes now. So then I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You might have just gotten an answer. Finally, number 4, it says, which numerical expression shows the following calculation? Fill in the circle next to the best answer. So listen to the order. It says add 7 and 3, then multiply by 6. So what is the first thing that you must do? Put that in parentheses. So I'm going to read it again. Add 7 and 3, then multiply by 6. What is the very first thing that you need to do? Put that in parentheses. All right, and finally, number 5. Explain how you found the area of Joe's closet in closet floor in problem 3. You're going to say, Miss Gilman helped me. So again, I know who didn't watch my video because they're not going to write that. All right. Hopefully you guys get your assessment done, your math boxes. Make sure you click on the math boxes link. Also, make sure that you are logging into Extra Math. When you log into Extra Math, you have to go to my quick links on my Google Classroom. So go to your Google Classroom on quick links and click that link, or else it will not give me notice that you did it. Okay? Also, giant shout out. We have two friends have passed all of their multiplication and division, and they're getting something in the mail this week. So 2 friends. I want to see more this week. Work hard and let's get everyone past that, as many more people as we can, okay? All right. Have a great day, guys. I hope that you enjoy your weekend, and I will see you, I hope that you enjoy your night, and I will see you again tomorrow.